It's late at night. You think you're safe. You turn the lights out, and then you hear a scream and shout. No one's home. You're alone. Lay back down, pull up your sheets. Your knees start to feel weak. You can feel your heartbeat. Is your door closed? You feel your feet exposed. Now you're in a state. It's much, much too late. You can't escape this deadly fate. Warning, the following podcast contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this podcast is intended for mature audiences only. Welcome back, my wicked fiends. This is Sinister Ghouls, Twisted Sisters, your paranormal true crime and everything creepy podcast. I am your host, Ghoulie Gonzo, and I am here with
Jojo Ghoul,
my baby sister. So today we have a pretty fun episode, but we're going to start off with what we're having to drink since last week. She had, what was it? Michelob Ultra. But today, everybody, we have a pretty cool wine.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you what it is in 1 second. It's Coyote Moon Vineyards Twisted Sister.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Yes. It was made for us. So anyways, it's a New York wine. And if you want to know like how sweet or dry it is, a couple more weeks.
Get ready. My face is going to get beat red. Red wine
You
always
guys,
makes me red.
It's so hot up here in New York right now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it literally was 97 to 98 in my car today.
I don't love it. I prefer fall and winter.
I do like it.
You do.
I do.
You do. You and Mom love it. Well, Mom, she's like in the cold a little bit more.
Yeah,
it's hot flashes.
Yeah, sorry, Mom.
Sorry about it.
Yeah, I mean, I have my air conditioner playing. Edit that out. I have my air conditioner on, and it's kind of helping a little bit. The house is like 80 degrees.
I mean, I still have swamp ass in this chair, but
oh my god, everybody, I can't. It's
true.
You have to love how honest the Twisted Sisters are, especially JoJo. OMG. Okay, so that's what we're drinking, and I'll post a picture of it on our Instagram page. So if you're not following us on Instagram, we are either Sinister Ghouls, okay,
yep.
or you can type up Sinister Ghouls Twisted Sister. Always do a slash in between. Facebook, we have a private group, which you will be accepted in as long as you're not a jerk, like we said.
Yep, no assholes.
Yes, none, nada. So that is Sinister Ghouls / Twisted Sisters. And I control all of that, so I will accept it. Please follow on all platforms if you listen. It really helps to have follows and downloads. I know I say it all the time. We also started some listener support, so if you want to support us, I mean, it's 99 cents. I think $4.99, $9.99. If you don't want to, you don't have to. We just put it up. It helps with our future episodes.
Yep.
Either way, we're so grateful that our friends and family listen, and we hope you enjoy this episode. Today we are going to talk about the Slender Man stabbing. If you guys don't know what that is, it's pretty horrendous. So
it's terrible.
Yeah, get ready. So we're going to start off with who is Slender Man. So Slender Man is a fictional entity that was created on Something Awful online forums. It was for a paranormal image contest in 2009.
Yep.
So the myth was expanded by many people who create fan fiction depiction of the entity. So it just kind of was spread all around.
Yeah.
So he's tall, thin, featureless, has a white face and head, wearing a black suit with tentacles growing out of his back.
Yeah, it's so scary. I hate the picture. It makes me feel so uncomfortable.
Like the pictures, which we will post, some like cool looking, pictures. Now, it's a creep. If you don't know what creepypasta is, we'll get into that in another episode. But he's considered, one of the
originals.
Let me just say, like fiction. It's not real. Okay? It's not real. Boy, that would be scary as shit if it was.
Yes, once again would shit my pants.
Her and her swamp ass and extra stuff. We need to help, JoJo. We need help. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's see. He can cause amnesia, coughing, paranoid behavior, anxiety, and is said to be hiding in the forests. Okay, so that's what we know about Slender Man.
Yep.
Okay, now we're going to talk about 3 12-year-old girls that are involved in today's episode.
So sad.
Mm-hmm. There is Anissa Wire, Morgan Geyser, and Peyton Leitner. Now, I checked to make sure I pronounce those right, so please do not attack me.
It's okay if you didn't.
Yes. So we are going to go into exactly what this is about. So Peyton befriends Morgan in 4th grade. Morgan was kind of a loner, sitting alone, so she kind of went up to her, talked to her, and ever since that day, they became best friends, hanging out after school, on the weekends, your sleepovers when you're young, doing all that fun stuff. And then Anissa Wire enters the picture. And that's when everything went downhill.
It's always... It's always when you add that third person that'll throw the
like the whole thing off.
Yeah, the harmony of it. One bad apple ruin a whole group.
A pretty rotten apple.
Yeah, rotten apple. Yeah, that's better.
Rotten apple. Okay.
Better description.
So both Morgan and Anissa became obsessed with Slender Man.
Yep.
Like obsessed with him. And Peyton wasn't really so, I don't know, into him like that. So that probably, oops, sorry if you hear my paper, y'all. That probably, put a little bit of a space in between them.
Yeah.
So the 3 girls planned a sleepover the night before the stabbing occurred. Okay. So this takes place, by the way, in Waukesha, Wisconsin, U.S. Okay?
Yep.
In David's Park. So they were celebrating Morgan's birthday with a slumber party, as we all do.
So sad.
Yes, at 12 years old. And how exciting that is. I'm going to take a drink of my Twisted Sister.
I know. They're going to keep hearing me banging my cup down in the background.
Listen, it's so good, you guys. It's not even funny. Okay. So Morgan celebrating her birthday with a slumber party. So they decided to also go roller skating and then get some pizza, watch a movie, have a normal fun sleepover.
Terrible, because it sounds like this girl is going to have so much fun.
Yes. Well, what was I going to say? Peyton's mother and father were talking, in one of the 2020 things I was watching.
Yeah.
And, they said she was so excited. It was her best friend. They had zero idea that, obviously nobody knew.
Why would you ever think something like this would happen?
This thing would happen.
At their age, too. It's so crazy.
12 years old. Yes.
It's nuts.
And so they were like, she was excited. She said she's going roller skating, pizza, movies, stuff like that. And had zero idea. So the next morning, Morgan asked her mother if they could go to the park in the morning, which kind of, I guess, was a little odd, they said, but whatever, they're kids.
Right.
And before, everyone leaves, they just wanted to go and, play at the park. Supposedly, Slender Man's request was that they kill Peyton or something would happen to their families. And when they kill Peyton, they can then live with him in the forest.
It's so crazy.
In his mansion. So the girls head out. They head into the bathroom at the park.
Yeah.
Once they get there. And that is when Anissa tries to knock Peyton out. She grabbed her head and banged it against, I guess, the concrete wall, I think is what they were saying.
Yeah.
Could be the floor. But she attacked her and then stopped. We don't know why. They just stopped.
Right.
or she stopped.
I wonder if she was having a second of, I shouldn't do this.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I hope so. At least she was having a minute of decency.
Yeah, a human, like, oh no,
probably not.
So what kind of makes me a little bit crazy? Let me take another sip here. God,
it's good.
Yeah,
it's wicked.
So what makes me feel crazy is I feel so bad for Peyton. Okay,
I know.
I feel so bad for her. She stays with them after this happens. They apologize, and they're like, "We're just messing around." Like, oh, Peyton was, from the things I read about her.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet girl, and she stayed with them even though they tried to fight her in the bathroom.
She probably didn't want them to be mad at her if she left, even though she was done so wrong.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. It's pretty
It's so
crazy.
sad. Mm-hmm. It's awful.
So then they went into the woods. They wanted to play hide and seek. So as they're walking out to play hide and seek, not much longer after attacking Peyton in the bathroom, they decide, we're gonna go and do what we had planned now. So as they're walking into the woods to play, Anissa yelled, in quotes, "Kitty, now go ballistic, go crazy."
It's so scary.
Which is when the horrific event happened. Morgan is considered Kitty. Stabbed Peyton repeatedly with a kitchen knife while Anissa watched. Peyton, throughout being attacked, which makes my stomach hurt, if thinking of her parents, like just even as a stranger to her, makes my stomach hurt because she was, while they were stabbing, or I'm sorry, Morgan was stabbing her, she was repeating, "I trusted you. Why are you doing this?"
So sad.
Yeah. Yes. So
she was.
She's a baby.
It's hard to think about.
No, that's your child.
It's awful.
She's out having sleepovers and playing in the park and getting stabbed by her best friend. Her best friend, Morgan,
it's crazy.
Anissa was the one that came in. So Morgan stabbed Peyton. So yeah, Peyton was stabbed in her chest, abdomen, arm, and leg. The doctor, Brian Huschdorf, I believe, said 5 stab wounds on the arm, 7 on the leg, the rest scattered throughout her torso, and the blade was 5 inches.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Poop would freak out.
I mean, I know, poo-poo ghoul.
She hates knives and stuff. Well,
I mean, and it's personal. Think about it.
It is.
If you're gonna take a knife, 5-inch blade, and stab your best friend, I mean, I guess, at 12, maybe you're not fully developed within certain sections of the brain. And we find out kind of in a couple more minutes why, like, about Anissa and Morgan. But stabbing her with this 5-inch blade.
I mean, that takes strength too. Like,
and you really gotta not. You really gotta not connect.
No.
At all,
I feel bad killing a spider. Like, I can't.
I know.
Really? To do that and be like.
Listen, I cry for commercials. I cry when I go through, social media and there's a dog abuse.
Right.
So
oh, God, I can't.
This poor girl with her friends being attacked like that and being stabbed that many times.
It's awful.
Yeah. So Peyton was in intensive care for weeks after the attack, like in real time after they attacked her or Morgan stabbed her. Anissa and Morgan told Peyton to stay there and they will go get help.
Oh, it's like they're totally playing with her.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
Like mentally too.
Yeah. So they didn't have any.
Of course not.
Any oh, we're gonna go get help. They didn't care. Their whole plan was, Slender Man, we're gonna move in with him. We're gonna live in the woods in his mansion, and whatever.
That's so insane.
And it's like a dream state. Yeah. It's like a
psychosis.
Yes, it's insane. But this is what I mean. Some people do stuff like. I mean, obviously,
yeah.
It's pretty crazy. So they told her to stay there, and they will get help. Peyton did not obviously believe that.
Smart girl.
She's very smart and very tough. Shout out to her. She's extremely tough.
Yep.
She dragged herself to a nearby road. Dragged herself through the woods to the nearby road, and thank God, hero of the day. Yep. Hero of the day. Oh, that's a long cheers, guys.
That is it's super long.
Standing ovation. Greg Steinberg was riding his bike that morning, that Saturday morning, which, just so everybody knows the date, it was May 31st, 2014. Okay. So
wow, I can't believe it was already that long ago.
I know. What? That's 9 years ago?
Oh God,
Anyways, it's really hot in this room. Really hot.
We're melting. Yeah, I'm sweating.
Okay, Greg was riding his bike that Saturday morning and just happened to ride by Peyton. Thank you, God.
Yeah.
Okay. She was lying in a grassy area. After crawling out of the thicker part of the woods where she was stabbed by her best friend. Talk about,
That's awful.
how terrifying that is.
Really?
She must have been so scared.
Yeah. Petrified.
In a live, like, 2020, like I was saying, I was watching some stuff. She just was in straight shock. Like, not just, holy crap, someone stabbed the shit out of me. Right. But they were my freaking friends. Yeah. And then she's thinking, I'm going to die. Yeah. Am I going to die? I don't know what to do, So she was absolutely scared. She was nervous at one point, kind of played dead at one, that they could come back, whatever. Right. So it was a horrific, terrifying thing.
I don't even want to try and picture it. It would give me such anxiety even try and think of what she was going through.
To go through that. And she's 12.
Awful.
12. As a grown woman right now.
No,
I can't even imagine that. But yeah, she was terrified. So she asked Greg if he could help her and that she was stabbed, in quotes, I believe, a lot.
Aww.
Precious. So poor sad. Honey. So Greg called 911. He did offer her some water, and he comforted her until the ambulance came or arrived. He did stay on the phone and talk to them, and they're like, is she covered in blood? Is she bleeding right now? And he said she has blood on her. Like, it was just traumatic for him as well.
Of course, yeah. I can't imagine too him coming across that.
I can't. It's
no way.
It's absolutely terrifying to me.
Yeah.
So after he called, the ambulance came, and that's when they took Peyton. And, obviously that's when they figured out all of the stuff, right? That went down, how many stabbings and whatever. But she did have, at the end of it all, 25 scars on her body. Wow. But let's rewind back to Anissa and Morgan. What did they do after? Right. Okay. So after the initial, the stabbing occurred, Anissa and Morgan took off into the woods on a quest now to find Slenderman.
It's so fucking crazy.
Now that they think their deed that he wanted them to do has been done, they're very excited. They have no regrets. And they even, stated in the interviews, like, they thought that their lives or family lives would be in danger. Right. So they did not care.
So crazy.
It is very crazy. And let me just say, if you're interested in, more about this, like, more in depth, go look on YouTube. Yeah. Look up interrogation videos. Look up stuff. You will find a ton.
There's true crime episodes about it.
There is absolutely a ton of information that you can find. Yeah. They went, obviously, on this quest to find Slenderman. Right. And so they thought they would live out in the wilderness, in the woods, with Slenderman in his mansion.
Which is crazy, because who would want to live with him?
I know. Well, because he's like this entity that can protect them, or like, they feel, I don't know, whatever they played in their brain.
Yeah, it's just crazy, because he, like, really, if you saw that, who would be like, I'm going to go live with that faceless giant? Not me. No. Promise.
Nope. Too much. I'm scared, so yeah. They wanted to live in the mansion where he dwells in the Wisconsin, National Forest, whatever.
So crazy.
So, so that's pretty crazy. 5 hours later, the two girls were apprehended near I-94 at Steinhaffel's furniture store. They had walked 4.9 miles. They carried the knife they used in their bag that whole time. Okay. So they really just kept the weapon.
They're headed to try to find Slender Man. Obviously, they didn't find him. Hint, he doesn't exist.
I don't think he's at the furniture store.
No, he's definitely not there. I mean,
no.
4.9 miles is probably,
Yeah.
well, think a minute a mile. So it's probably like 6 minutes. They walk, whatever. So they're trying to find Slender Man, and they find the police. Yes, good job, police. I'm going to clap for you. Woohoo! Woohoo! Thank you, God. They find these two girls, right? Well, don't forget, Peyton's in the hospital right now. They think Peyton is dead.
Okay? Oh, right. Yeah.
They think she's dead.
Yep.
But she is not.
Thank God.
I do like some dry wines, but it's not really likely.
I'm not
Obviously,
a big fan.
You know we like Barefoot Moscato. Actually, I don't really like it that much.
I'm gonna say my favorite is what's it, Cavett Moscato? I think that's what I'm probably saying it wrong, but
I love now that we told you we stopped to take a break to stand in front of the air conditioner and fill our Twisted Sister wine glasses with lots of ice. Okay, we're gonna go back into this horrendous, horrible situation going on here. So we found out, obviously, 5 hours later that the girls were apprehended on 995, at the furniture store. And they had the knife on them. The knife. So let's go into Morgan, okay? Morgan, growing up, had many hallucinations. She could, she saw, supposedly, ghosts, imaginary friends, and simply also, very cool, in my opinion, colorful melting walls.
Really?
I mean, I'm not laughing, but that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Like, people, do different things to see those, obviously.
I would say it's like a trip.
Yeah. She often talked to herself. Also, she also pretended to be a cat. Now, that brings us to Kitty Go Ballistic, right? She liked to be called a cat. Kitty, whatever. Morgan was, in the fall of 2014, moved to Winnebago Mental Health Institute to determine if she was competent to stand trial. My opinion says no. My opinion says I don't.
You think
after you guys go and watch, like the what did I say they're called? The brain
like
fart
the
interrogation.
Yeah.
Interrogation. These girls.
Yeah.
You guys, it's actually really sad. They're so young.
Yeah.
But they have some things going on.
I mean, mental illness. It's no joke.
I don't joke about that stuff. I think it's really sad. Mental illness is real on all different levels. We are pro helping people with mental illness.
I think everyone should be able to get help.
Absolutely. It's one of the hardest things for people to get help with.
I know.
Or be taken seriously.
I know.
So it's actually really, really, really sad to me.
Yeah.
I mean, what they did was horrible, and I can't even. I think about Peyton, and it hurts my whole heart.
Right.
So, but yeah, so she was moved to Winnebago Mental Health Institute to determine if she was competent. So we all know where I stand. I don't think she was. She was diagnosed in October 2014. I think it was October 22nd. Early onset childhood schizophrenia.
Wow. Yep.
Definitely makes sense.
Yep.
All of the info's there. I mean, it's right. I mean, it's pretty legit.
It makes sense. I mean,
yeah. Seeing ghosts. I mean, people see ghosts. You want to talk about, we're paranormal people.
Right.
So, I'm not going to be like, well, if you see ghosts, you're schizophrenic.
Oh, no, of course.
But I mean, I can't say if you think you're a cat, you're schizophrenic either. Nowadays, it depends. You have to go to actually get.
You need to get a proper mental
you're
health evaluation.
You're seeing colorful walls. That's awesome, but I don't know
right.
about that.
Probably not awesome if you're not wanting that to happen.
Exactly. So nearly a year later, after being diagnosed or whatever, she was found competent enough to stand trial.
Right.
She was charged with attempted first-degree homicide, a Class A felony.
Yep.
Nissa, whatever, was charged with second-degree attempted homicide, Class B felony. They were both tried as adults. And I don't know where people stand on this, but I'm going to tell you where I stand. They should have been charged as adults.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. That's horrendous. You're not 7.
Right.
I understand this is a big thing. People have a really big opinion on
right.
almost like the death penalty, things like
Right.
that. And that's really hard for me to explain, like where I stand on, because I know there are a lot of people on death row that are not guilty.
Yeah.
But I do know there are people that are, and they don't mind the death penalty.
Yeah.
So it's really a real thin line for me.
Right.
Because it's hard to determine where you might want to, where you're going to stand on it or whatever.
Yep.
But, so I agree that they should have been charged as adults.
I think so too. I think
for sure.
They knew right from wrong.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple more true crime things that we'll get into, obviously, down the road. But there's some young kids. There's some things, man.
Oh, yeah.
And I think one of them he was like 9 or 10, and they wanted to charge him as an adult as well because it was such a brutal murder. And it's just crazy. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh, yeah, it is. So Anissa pleaded guilty to attempted second-degree homicide. She was found not guilty. Now, hold on.
I was going to say, really?
Mm-hmm. By mental disease defect.
Okay, okay.
She accepted a plea offer. She would not go to trial, and she would be evaluated. Okay, she's evaluated. She was sentenced to 25 years to life in a mental health institute as well. So she also had something not, right. I mean, I think listening to the story, we know these girls had something.
Something's up. Yeah, something's
I mean, they're killing their best friend to go stay with a creepypasta character in the mansion, in the forest.
Mentally, they're not very healthy.
Yes. She was sentenced 25 years to life in the mental health institution, and she was released after 7 years.
Jeez.
After I read that, now I just found out, actually today I went deeper into it a little bit. I was like, she was released after 7 years. What the heck? I am so not comfortable with that.
Right.
Like, what? So I just found out that she still will be under supervision until she's 37.
Well, that's good.
So she ain't running around doing nothing. Like, she can't get away. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe she can get away with stuff, but
hopefully she doesn't.
Exactly. She's under supervision until she's 37. Morgan was given 40 years to life. Now, Morgan was, let me recap, her absolute best friend. Okay?
Yeah. Yep.
Peyton befriended her. Morgan was kind of by herself.
Yep.
And she's the one that stabbed the shit out of her.
It's awful.
She stabbed her to kill her best friend.
You can't even think about it.
I know. She was given 40 years to life in a mental health institution. Obviously, Winnebago mental health institution. From what I know, that's what's going on still.
Yeah. She'll probably stay there longer, I'm sure, for being one to actually do it.
And she's really got, I mean, if you look more into her, guys, she's really got a lot going on mentally.
Yeah, it's probably the best place for her to be. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I know it's the best place for her to be, not probably.
Exactly. She's in there doing that. And her best friend, Peyton, that she stabbed, crazy stab, is out now, feeling better. She's obviously, it's been since 2014.
Right.
So she still has, she's a strong girl.
Yeah.
So when you watch her talk, you can still see, like, it just makes me feel sad, like sadness or confusion, traumatic, PTSD. Even though she's very strong, she's still, like, it's just mind.
I know.
Like, she is just the sweetest thing. And I am so grateful that she survived that.
Yeah.
Because it's just insane to me.
It's terrible.
So the aftermath, after all of this happened, and it got out that Slender Man.
Right.
They want to, do this deed and kill their best friend to live with him in his mansion. All this fairy tale, fantasy, creepy,
right.
Creepy pasta. So after that, the creepy pasta wiki.
I think so. I don't know.
Wiki.
I'm not sure either.
Was blocked by the Waukesha School District following this stabbing.
Makes sense.
It does make sense because, I mean, I guess a lot of students were into that stuff. Which, you guys, I was into some shit when I was in high school. And I'm not saying like I was a devil worshiper. Not that that's like
she wasn't trying to go live with Slender Man.
Yes, no, but I loved like one of my favorite movies was The Craft.
Oh,
you know,
everyone loves The Craft. Yeah,
I wanted to be a witch.
I still do.
Let's play light as a feather, stiff as a board. Which don't do it.
I was saying no, I never did that one.
No, don't do that.
No way.
Don't. It works if you want to try it. But don't try it. That's in the category of Ouija boards to me, and leaving notes to dead family members or past, someone that you love.
Just don't mess with it.
No, but I did. So
of course you did.
Yeah,
of course.
I loved that stuff. Like Halloween time, two of my friends and I walked to the cemetery in our outfits, like our black sock knee high like things with our little penny loafer shoes and little plaid skirts.
Trying to be the Craft.
Yeah, and we're going to the cemetery to do what? And I'm like, what what are you doing?
I mean, you guys probably walked around scared yourselves.
Listen, we scared the shit out of ourselves. At one point, which, don't get mad. At one point, my friend, I'll call her Nikolai, we'll go off subject here. We'll go off a little bit. We have ADHD.
Yeah.
For real, though. Anyways, so we're in the cemetery, and she's like, I brought candles in the backpack.
Oh, no.
And we could light some candles, and we can I go, pray? Because I'm, at the time, a Catholic. I wasn't Christian yet. I'm like pray? She's like, no, maybe we can, just talk to the spirits around us. And my other friend was like, and she wasn't about this, but she wanted to wear the outfits and walk around.
Right, because you're cool, right? No one's cooler than you on Halloween when you're a teenager.
Oh my gosh, no one. You're not even cool until you're not cool till you pee your pants.
I was just gonna say you're not cool unless you pee your pants.
If nobody knows what that's from Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Nope, Billy Madison.
Yeah, I was gonna say wait, no.
Nope.
I confuse the two all the time.
Nope. Happy Gilmore is I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
I love it.
All right, there we go on our
Wow,
rant.
That's gone.
So we're lighting candles in the cemetery. No, we're not. I said, what are you, on drugs? No, we're not.
Are you actually high?
Yes. No, we're not lighting candles in the cemetery in our little town that's got the scariest cemetery at 11:15.
Oh, the back of it. The back of our cemetery. Well, it depends on where you enter it, but there's a part of it that's real old.
Mm-hmm. Scary, you guys.
I like it, though.
It's really cool. It's one of the coolest cemeteries because it is so old.
I mean, that's a weird thing to love, but I love our cemetery.
Listen,
here.
Cemeteries are really beautiful.
I like them. Mm-hmm. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Everything about death is terrifying, but I like a cemetery.
Because it's weird to say cemeteries are kind of peaceful.
They just are.
And it's sad that our loved ones or anyone is, there or has passed, but it's very peaceful, and some are so beautiful.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. But anyways, I loved that stuff. Creepy over here, creepypasta girl right here. But I definitely wouldn't have murdered one of those girls
Absolutely
to
not.
hang out with something that's got a mansion in the woods. Unless it was Jason Momoa's mansion.
Oh, God, Mom.
Woo-wee! There you go, Mom. This one's for you. Here, Mom. This one's for you. I know. This sound effect makes me feel weird.
The sound of other people kissing is just really awful.
Yeah. So let's get back.
Wow, we've gone so far off subject.
I know. Sorry, guys. Whatever.
Sorry.
I said welcome to the banter. Here it is.
What are you gonna do?
So creepypasta was blocked by the Waukesha School District after the stabbing. Let me explain what I sound an echo. I feel like I hear it.
I think it might have been because you were kind of far
back. Okay.
It's registering in mine.
Also, we're still working on sound, guys. Deal with us. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
You'll be fine.
Everyone's gonna be good.
You'll be good. So creepypasta is a horror-related legend which has been shared around the internet. They are stories that are brought to life. Mm-hmm. So a couple characters or stories of creepypasta. Let's see, there's Jeff the Killer, which I have done makeups on for Halloween.
Yeah, he's spooky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're awesome looking, the makeups.
Yeah.
So, Jane the Killer.
See, I've never heard of that one.
Yeah,
actually.
There's a lot. You can look. There's a ton, you guys. I'm just not going to name them all. There's Momo. Everybody knows
Momo. That I'm not. Momo is so scary.
Listen, Momo's face.
I hate it.
Can you imagine waking up in the middle of the night and having that thing
absolutely
leaning
not.
over you in one of your sleep paralysis states from last episode? Go check it out.
No, fuck Momo. Sorry if my cousins are listening.
Momo, don't fucking come near us later. Or, I mean, if you want to scare JoJo a little bit for saying that. No, don't.
No.
So there's a character called Hoodie, which I haven't really looked into.
No, that sounds interesting though.
Masky. I wanted to say Masky Mask, but it's not. It's just called Masky Mask.
It's Masky Mask.
There is Eyeless Jack. Now that's creepy.
Yeah.
We all know Slender Man.
Eyeless.
Eyeless.
See, I heard it Eyeless, like a name. ILIS, or that's how I would spell
Eyeless
it.
Is a beautiful name.
Eyeless. It is, unless you're like, oh, you're fucking eyeless.
Jack.
Yeah, and then you're
Eyeless Jack Roosevelt.
Irish Jack Roosevelt.
That's a crazy name, you guys.
It's our next dog name.
Oh my god, Eyeless Jack Roosevelt. Okay, so there's Eyeless Jack. Obviously, we all know Slender Man. Mm-hmm. He's a very bad influence from what we found out.
Awful guy.
Yep. And then the most famous creepypasta is the Rake.
Now, yeah.
Dude, look up the Rake, you guys.
I think it's real. I think the Rake's real. I don't even think it's just a creepypasta.
It's for sure creepy.
I wonder if sometimes, like they say, if you talk about something enough and enough people believe in it, can enough people make it real?
Listen, I'm for pushing out your energy into your house and causing your own haunting. So
like Poltergeist.
Mm-hmm. Or like, what was it? An American Haunting. If you haven't watched that, watch it. Yes. Mm-hmm. So here's some cool things you can watch. A documentary called Beware the Slender Man.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yes. That was released on HBO in March 2016. Mm-hmm. Okay. Criminal Minds episode, Tall Man, inspired by, obviously, a true story.
Yeah.
And Lifetime Terror in the Woods. This documentary, Beware of the Slender Man, is about, all of these are about these girls. When I say really creepy, I mean, it's just creepy.
Yeah, but, in general, it's just like,
yes,
fucking awful.
Yes, so definitely check them out. These documentaries, they tell you more. 2020, YouTube, you can look up a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Some of our citing, let's see, I found a lot on, obviously, Wikipedia. But I went into crimemuseum.org and allthatisinteresting.com. Mm-hmm. But I visually watched a lot of true crime things, like the ones I just left, for you guys to check out. But other than that, so that's what today's episode was about. Next week, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do a haunted location, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
It's not like a building. You'll see.
It's really cool. It's one of my favorite things to hear about.
It's very interesting, actually.
It is.
And another heads up, our episodes, I know we're like an hour-ish long. They might be a little shorter. It kind of just
depends on the topic.
Yes, because if we want to talk throughout it, we're gonna.
Right.
I don't want to apologize because that's just how we are.
Yeah, we talk.
We like to talk. Yes. I do hope that you did enjoy this episode. And also, again, try the Twisted Sister wine.
Yes.
Rewind to the beginning and find out exactly the details on the wine.
Follow us. An enthusiastic thumbs up from me.
Yes. Listen, it's so good, you guys. And we had 2 glasses each of this wine so far.
I feel it.
So
I feel it.
We're even warmer than we were when we started.
I'm sweating my ass off.
Yes. So here's a fun fact. Okay. Fun fact. Yesterday was May 31st.
Yeah.
And that was
not
9
planned.
Years ago to the day, right?
Yeah.
2022. Yeah.
I said not planned. I meant to record it the day after.
Yes, not planned. Yeah, so yesterday was May 31st. Today is June 1st. And our episode will be released on Sunday, which I think is the 4th. Isn't it?
Your calendar's right.
Oh my god.
The 4th.
Sunday the 4th. It will be released.
Yes.
You will be listening to us today on the 4th.
Yes. No, today's the. Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's the wine.
Hello,
it's the wine.
JoJo. Hello.
I don't handle wine as well as beer.
Listen, she take it slow. Oh my gosh. Okay. So follow us on Spotify. Download Sinister Ghouls / Twisted Sisters.
Yep.
Follow us and listen to us on Amazon Music. We are on Google Music now, and we are also on Stitcher. So again, if you feel like you want to help us out with listener support, there should be a link under our paragraph about us, or you can go to Spotify for podcasters and, help us out.
Yeah.
You don't have to. We're just doing it just for some extra.
Just if you feel like it. Just for scuzz.
Just because. Just because. So yeah, follow us there. Please follow us on Instagram. I post a lot of stuff there and a lot of stuff on Facebook.
Yeah.
I will be getting a Twitter up soon. Twitter? I sound like old lady. Twitter.
Are you going to send out the tweets?
Tweet. But other than that, we hope you guys have a fantastic day.
And a ghoul evening. I can never not laugh.
No.
Stay safe.
Stay sexy.
Stay spooky.